Jeff.
Jen, you mentioned that the president will lay out his plans for the American Jobs Plan.
American Families Plan.
Sorry, thank you.
It's a lot to keep track of, I know. They sound similar.
Next week. Can you give us a sense of what else he plans to unveil at his joint address?
Well, he is currently thinking through what priorities he wants to focus on in the joint address. He certainly recognizes that this is an opportunity to speak directly to the American people, one of the highest profile opportunities that any president has in their first year in office. So a core of that will be him laying out the specifics of the American Families Plan, his commitment to childcare, to education, and to delivering on those priorities and middle-class priorities, and ensuring that there's an investment in economic security from the federal government. I also expect on his mind are issues like police reform, health, and his commitment to expanding access to health care. So I expect he'd talk about a range of issues. I will say, because I've been through a few journeys with these speeches before, that it is a very important speech, a very high-profile speech, but it is happening around the 100th day of his presidency, and it won't represent or touch on the totality of every issue that's a priority. So we are working through what the end content will have. Unless you want to sit through a 7-hour speech, which I don't think you do.
Just one other quick
yes,
topic, Jen. The House today passed a bill to make Washington, D.C. the 51st state. It obviously faces some tough odds in the Senate. What's the White House's take on that, and to what extent is President Biden involved in that going forward?
Well, President Biden strongly supports D.C. statehood, and we will our administration will work with Congress to get it passed. We put out a statement of administration policy in strong support of H.R. 51 just this morning. His view is that the denial of voting representation in Congress and local self-government to the 712,000 residents of our nation's capital violates two of our nation's founding principles: no taxation without representation and consent of the governed. And he will continue to advocate for this passing. I will also note an interesting detail I didn't know until this morning is that there are a number of members, of course, of the armed forces, retired military, who of course live in the District of Columbia and are denied as a result of having the lack of statehood, the rights that many others around the country have. So there are a number of issues why this is absolutely the right step, and the president will continue to advocate for it.